Hello, everyone, and welcome to another review of my watch list for this week. That would be for the week of November 29th onwards. Okay, so this week also I've selected about 10 that I'm looking out for. Remember, as I always mention to you, don't buy any of these because they're on my list. Rather, I want you to look for the movements, the price movement. So open up the charts on your own, maybe TradingView or other applications that you use, and draw the lines that support resistance and look at the patterns that are being created, like the channel patterns and the triangle patterns and such. Also look for indicators like the moving averages, and we want to use several of these in combination rather than just one, okay? So first I want to look at Nifty, the entire Nifty 50, and this is the entire index. And you will see that around 18,600 or so, that was the all-time high. It went all the way up there. That was kind of a euphoric moment for a lot of people, all excited, and because that was another high level that it has reached. And then, of course, we saw. This is the daily chart. We saw several days, and let me go to the weekly chart, and we'll see. Especially since we're looking at the Nifty, we can look at the weekly chart, and my internet is very slow today. So, but anyway, you see how after that hitting that all-time high, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now. Okay, and 3 out of the 5 has been in the red. Okay, so and then the last 1 week has been very very much of a downward move. You see this happening here. Okay, so there are different places where Nifty also finds support, and we're just looking at this right now to see what is happening in the general picture. So what's going to happen this week? Well, we don't know. We know there's been a lot of selling by the institutional investors, mainly the foreign institutional investors. The other day in our Trading Today group, Signal group, Kunal shared some information regarding that. Thank you, Kunal, for doing that. That kind of opens up the idea a little bit broader to us and helps us to understand what is happening in the broader market. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, some people look at that and they fear and they say, oh, we don't have any control, we're out of, well, in one sense, we don't control the markets, but as Kunal stated, as the number of retail traders or independent traders like us, as the number increases and the capital increases by the individual traders, that also begins to have a little bit of an effect, and I don't know how much, but a little effect for sure. But we know that the institutional effect, the institutional investors, their effect is greater, and thereby we see the last week's downward trend. But that's fine. What we are doing is we're following the trend, and we're making a profit off of that. Okay, so that's Nifty. Just wanting to show that, just to give us a broader picture, and we'll keep an eye on this each week. All right, now let's go to the 10 that I have. First one is Indiabulls Housing Finance, and this was a very interesting move this week, and I will show you the daily chart that I was observing, and I'll show you something interesting was that, I was somewhere at, I forget the level where I was, but anyway, somewhere around 220 or 216, something like that is where I had entered. Like, see, I don't know if you can see this red. See, I noticed this swing. Okay, so first of all, I was watching this overall trend, and let me show you this overall. You see this, and let me go to the weekly chart to show this. This was a channel pattern that I had my eyes on. Okay, this is just for instruction's sake. All right, so this was a channel pattern that has been going on for all the way from about, look at that, 2020. Beginning with about December or January of 2020. Okay, March 2020 is when that huge drop came. And so from there, there's been a kind of a channel pattern. And I've been observing this channel pattern for a while, but not, not till since 2020, but for a while. And then more recently, I began noticing a kind of a triangle pattern. And I want to just keep an eye on that and see what happens. And so I saw this triangle pattern. And within this triangle pattern, let me get closer now. All right. Within this triangle pattern, I saw this nice up and down swings that were happening. All right. And with each swing, the highs were lower and lower. And I wanted to see how this would work out. And then I was hoping to get this move right here. So I saw this support. And then I saw this red candle coming down, and then the green candle being pushed back up, almost a bullish engulfing candle. Not quite, because it's a bit smaller than the other one. All right. But still, I saw that trend. So I didn't enter because I didn't enter as soon as I saw this green candle because of two reasons. One, it wasn't fully a bullish engulfing candle. Second reason I didn't enter there is because I wanted to wait for a retracement. And there is the retracement right there. See, this red candle right there was a retracement, and that kind of testing this support line. And it did test that, or the support range rather than the line. It tested it. And then as soon as I saw this candle, all right, going beyond and moving up. So I think I entered around 216 or something like that. I don't have that in front of me right now. So I entered there, and I put a stop loss just below here, like 207, 206, somewhere like that. I put a stop loss down below this support. And then I put a target around here at around 240. Okay, I put a target around 240, and I left it there. And I think it was, I don't know, what is it, Thursday or Friday? Well, I'll tell you well, this is it. Yeah, this was Friday. So Friday morning, I made sure to do the authorization. And then, so I had the stop loss, so below the support line. And then I put the target right here at around 240, because I was looking at this triangle pattern. I put it at 240. Now, if I had looked at this support, this resistance level, then I would have maybe put it a bit higher. No problem. I'll take some of the lesser of the gain. But since I put that target, what happened is that day at around 240, it sold. Okay, but then it sold and it went all the way up to around 259. All right, see, 259.50 or something like that. It went all the way up there, and then it got pushed down and closed that day at 246. So if I had, if I had looked at this resistance level, I could have gained a few more, but that's okay. Willing to take a smaller gain, but that shows how these patterns are so effective, and we can really use it for our benefit, and you can automate so much of it, because Friday I had no time to be looking at this so much. So all I did was in the morning, I gave the authorization, I set up the target and the I'm sorry, my mind is yeah. So I set the target and the stop loss, and I just left it. And then in between the day, I saw the message saying that it was sold, and it was done. And then I looked again, and I noticed that it went higher. And then I thought, man, that's no problem. You have to leave some money on the table. All right. So, but now you see the moving averages does not look positive there. See, but still, I was looking at the pattern. So what we're doing is we're using several indicators together. The moving averages by itself, is good for a longer term. But this one right here, it's been sideways. Look at that. It's been down, down, down. But I was relying on this trend line and this triangle pattern and the channel pattern. I was relying on both of these to give us a breakout. Now, what does it mean? Well, this could mean And now let's go to the hourly chart to show what we can observe it further. Look at this. Look at this. You see that triangle pattern. This blue line is the triangle pattern I drew. Look how beautifully it has come, and it looks like it has that has acted as a support. Maybe. How can we be sure? Well, we can be sure Monday morning. All right, because what will happen here? Will this continue to be a support? In other words, will it trade above this on Monday morning? If that's the case, again, this becomes like a support line. Although this would have been a resistance, this becomes a support area. Most probably this will become that support, not my triangle pattern. More than the triangle pattern, that will become the support. And if that is the case, all right, here it is. If that becomes a support and I see this, I see a green candle coming up, then maybe like on Tuesday or Monday afternoon, I might look for an entry right there with Indiabulls once more. Okay, now I go to UPL. UPL, all right, let me go to the daily chart with UPL and look what's happening here. I was looking at this triangle pattern, but then it had already hit the all-time high and it's been moving down, but within this triangle pattern, up and down. Look at that, okay? And then I saw this breakout, and but then it retraced all the way back, and this triangle pattern did not act as a support and went down. It looked like this level might be that support level, okay? So that's what I'm looking for this week. What I'm looking for this week, let's look at the hourly. All right. On the hourly chart, let's see if that does the same thing. Here it is. Look what happens at the hourly chart. Okay. See this? And look at the last hour. Okay. What we end up with is a doji. Okay. It's a very tight doji as well. So that means we don't know which way it's going to turn. So it could be up or down. If it's down, it could break through this support and not respect that support. But if it respects that support, and as it has done in the past, if it does that and gives us a nice green candle going up, then this may be another one that I may be interested in by Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Okay, so again, the moving averages on this also doesn't look good, but I'm looking at the pattern that is here. So what can we expect? Well, up to the all-time high, that's about 15%, but I may not look that far. What about this right here? Let me show you this new resistance that we have seen right here at this level at about 792. Okay, that seems to be a new resistance level. So if I do get a positive move here, all right, I have to be careful about using the word positive these days. The word positive is quite negative. All right. If that is the case, I may look for this as a target that I would place. Okay, so how would I trade this? Well, if this looks green, a nice strong green candle, maybe Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, if that green trend continues, I may put the stop loss at maybe 690, 691, somewhere around that level right here, below this support line, okay? Below the support line, in case it breaks down below the support, and so I want to just get out of that trade. But then the target that I would place, all right, and maybe this could be a target, but the target that I might place is this 12% target at about 792. Or if you want to play it safe, you can set this as a target and make about 3 or 4% and get out right there. Okay, there are two choices for you, because this could be a support, this could be a resistance level, and this also 792 can also be a resistance level. So you'll have to take a pick between the two. All right, now I go back to the daily chart, and as you can see, it has found support there, but we want to see what happens. So this could be the next level of support at 792.80. All right. Okay, next, let's go to the next one, Sipla. All right, Sipla. is a bit more of an expensive stock. But then look what's happening here. I was looking at this pattern, creating a kind of a triangle pattern here. All right, and let's look at the weekly to get the actual picture here to make it more. Sorry, it wasn't a triangle pattern. It was a yeah, it was a channel pattern. Here it is, and look at that. Okay, so this support has been respected several times, and here it broke down below the support, but then something happened while everything else was going down. Sipla just shot right up. Okay, and I didn't check the news. I haven't checked that very much to see what went on last Friday, but here it is. It looked like it went above that support line, and the breakdown was not respected, and it so does it mean that the support line is being respected? That's what we need to see this week. All right. If that is the case, okay, if that is the case, we can see if that will continue the trend up. And if so, all right, let's go to the daily chart again. Okay. If that is the case and we see that support being respected, then we can expect a gain of about 10 to 15% right there. Look at that, okay? Up to that next resistance level. Or if you see like an interim resistance, like right here, a new resistance level, if you see this as a resistance level, look at that, all the way here, okay? If you see this as a resistance level, I can even draw this a little bit further back. If you see this as a resistance level, all right, then let's see what kind of a target you could place, a bit smaller, but that would be about 5%, okay? 5 or 6% target you can aim for. That's with Sipla. But then if that is the case, it'd be a little bit hard to determine what kind of a stop loss to set, but I would set the stop loss below this this line right here, this support line. I would set it right there. Okay, again, Infosys, okay, Infosys. For Infosys, the 20-day moving average is doing better than the 60-day moving average, and that looks good. But then look at this movement right here. Okay, we're looking at this channel pattern and the swing up and down we were looking at. And then here, I want to see if this support range has been respected. If that is the case, all right, then this week I would look for a gain where right here or right here. Okay, the most possible one would be right here because it seems to have been respected more. Okay, somewhere around this level here, you see 2 right there. Okay, 2 times, and so somewhere around that. If that is the resistance that is being supported, then we're looking at about 5% right there. Okay, so these are different opportunities you can look at this week, but don't enter right away. Draw the lines on your charts and wait for confirmation. Next one is ITC. Okay, ITC is something that I don't trade very often, but it is on my chart. I'm watching it carefully on a weekly basis. As I told you earlier, I have about 50 on my watch list, and I go through them closer toward the weekend. By Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I will go through them and watch the movements. And if I get time, I might look at them during the week. Okay, so ITC seems to have the moving average looks good. And then now looking at this trend right here, this between this line here, all right, that's about more than 8%. So if there is a positive move on Monday, okay, then I would look for an entry. It depends on the move this week. So you might think, oh my, there's so many that you're looking at that might give a positive move. Yes, there are so many of them like that, but I am only counting on maybe only 2 or 3 that might move in my direction. But what does that mean? If 2 or 3 move in my direction? Well, that means that I may only have cash available for 1 trade this week. Okay, I may have cash available only for one trade this week, and I may just hold on to the cash and not take any of these trades, only take the ones that are most probable to move up and the ones that are confirming the move. Okay, as you know, the last week was very negative, but I'm going to wait for a confirmation. Okay, so remember, don't worry about holding cash. Okay, just keep the cash in your account. Don't feel that you have to trade. All right, maybe you've heard the phrase that sometimes the best trade is not to trade. Sometimes the best trade is not to trade. Hold off on the trading and hold the cash, okay? And wait until, see, because we often think in terms of the bank system, where the longer you have the money invested into some kind of a mutual fund, or not mutual fund, but a bank account, savings account, or a fixed deposit account or something like that, the longer you have it there, the more interest you earn. So we may be tempted to think like that. But instead of thinking like that, we want to think like a businessman, not as a bank depositor. Think as a business person. And in business, we are not looking at deposits. In business, we're looking at good trading opportunities. So hold the cash and look for a good opportunity. Okay, so here again, the moving averages look negative, but still it's okay. We're looking for the good patterns. Now, NTPC, the blue, the 60-day, the 20-day moving average is better than the 60-day, and that looks positive. But let's see what happens. We are looking at this pattern as well, meaning between the support and resistance. Let's see if we get a confirmation. But the kind of confirmation I would be looking for is maybe like an engulfing green candle, or I would want 2 days of I would look for 2 days of confirmation. If that is the case, look here. See, I would be only looking at to enter at the top of this candle. Still, that would give me about 9%. Or if I take this as a possible resistance level, I would still get about 5%. Okay, maybe within 1 week, possibly. And still, that would be good. Okay, all right. Next one, JM Financial. JM Financial. I'm also looking at a similar move with JM Financial. The moving averages do not look good, but I see this pattern, okay? And I want to see if this will be respected and this will turn. Let's see what happens here with JM Financial. All right, next is JSW Energy. And with JSW Energy, something similar, the 20-day over the 60-day moving average. And it looks like a support right here, kind of a short-term support maybe. And let's see if that support is really being respected. It looked like it was, but then Friday, maybe kind of an anomaly, meaning irregularity, and we may see the move continuing up. So let's wait and see. And there doesn't seem to be much other strong resistance levels here. It looks fairly smooth on the way up, all right, without too much resistance. Let's see, on the weekly chart, the resistance doesn't seem to be too strong, but let's wait and see what happens. See this this long wick. So we want to see what happens with this long wick, which is this resistance, the two red candles. That's that long wick, all right, on the daily chart. Okay. And then the final one I'm going to is Geojet Financial Services, okay? Geojet, same thing, all right, at a support and level resistance here that I'm seeing, and finding support here, and it found support and went up. And what is happening here? This is my question. Is this a retracement? And can I get a confirmation on Monday and Tuesday? If I get the confirmation that it's moving up, then I may be interested in a trade, okay? And if that is the case, if I enter somewhere around here, All right. Will I look for this as a possible resistance? If this could be a resistance, that would be about a 10% move. See that 10% right there. Or if I go to the next major resistance, that's about 19, 20%. All right. Still, if I were to enter after getting a couple of days of good, strong moves, I was still looking for a 9 to 10% gain. Look at that. Very nice. Okay. That gives us a very nice nice opportunity right there. And of course, I would put the stop loss somewhere down here at 750. I'm sorry, 70, 70 rupees or something like that, just to be on the safe side. I know that some people say, no, I don't want to place a stop loss because these are good strong stocks and they'll come up and everything. Yes, they are good strong stocks. They will come up, but I don't want my cash to be tied up with any of these companies for weeks and months. Let me get out with a small loss, and so that's and so that I can make a bigger gain. All right, I want to get out with a small, take the small loss, and so I can get the bigger gain with companies that seems to test these support levels, and not only test the support levels and give me a confirmation. Okay, I would wait for confirmation. And if the confirmation also reverses, well, then, that's okay. The chances are less anyway. So the probability is higher and higher. So anyway, this month, since I was traveling, I could not do my authorizations properly, and so at the end of this month, Tuesday I think is the end, and then by Wednesday when we make our monthly calculations, I may only come out with maybe 1.5%. Let's see if I might even make 2%. I don't know. Okay, and I don't think I'll have time this week for any day trades. If I could have gained a little bit of money that way, but I don't have time for that. I didn't do much day trading this month, a little bit. During the first few days, that's about all that I did of day trading. Okay, so again, let me remind you, please don't worry about holding cash in your account. Okay, and make sure to enter at least, split up your cash, at least 3 to 5 trades, and leave the money in there. Okay, leave the money as cash, and then wait for confirmation, and then enter only when you are sure. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a great day and have a great week of trading. May it be profitable for you. And also, please help me out to get this out to many people by pressing like on the video down below. And any comments that you have, questions, doubts that you have, please go ahead and put that down below. And then if you would like to share this with your friends, you can share this as well. Thank you. Have a great day. And we need to talk about when we can have our weekly or monthly class. We couldn't do it last week because of my travels. And this month also, if we go to the end of the month, it's going to be difficult. So let's see if we can come to a agreement on a date somewhere, maybe this week or next week. Okay, so we can do that as well. All right. Have a great week, and God bless you all. Thank you so much.